Guys, welcome back to another video. And I've been doing a bit of Facebook market shopping, and I think I picked up a couple of bargains. The first one is AMD platform, and the second one is an Intel platform. So what I'll do is have a closer look at each one separately. Right, so for the components, we've got a ASRock RX 590. It's a Phantom Gaming model, which is pretty decent GPU for this system. And then for the CPU, we've got a Intel 9400F, a decent CPU, or it's a 6-core, 6-thread. For the RAM stick, we've got a single 16 gigs of stick, so I need to address that. They're having dual channel. And then for the CPU cooler, it's a normal stock cooler. For the motherboard, it's a MSI H310M Pro VD Plus. For the storage, it did have 1 terabyte hard drive. It's a Barracuda one. I changed that to an SSD, but I only had a 12 gigabyte lying around, so I put that in. Seller did say it was running a bit slow. That's the reason they sold it quite cheap, and they weren't really using it because they had a PlayStation, I believe. So I think I picked up a bargain at 110 with the monitor, keyboard, and mouse. The only problem with this motherboard is it doesn't have a NVMe slot, so that's the only downfall to it. But it's not a massive issue for 150. It's got decent specs, and I might even change out the graphics card with the other one, which I'll go over in a bit. It makes sense why I'm going to do that, but yeah, that's the whole components. One thing I did forget is the PSU is a 600 watt, 80 weight, so it's okay. I'm not sure all the branding, but it's all right. You could do with some fans. It's got no fans at the front. It's only got an exhaust fan. So that's one thing. Another thing that I need to address as well. But other than that, I think for 150, I think I've done pretty well. Just needs a clean, and yeah, we're good to go. Right, so here's the AMD machine, and I paid £200 for it. I think it's still a decent buy for that price. So we'll go over the specs. So for the GPU, it's a bit of a downgrade compared to the other one. It's a RX 570 8 gigabyte version, XFX. So I might swap that with the other machine. So this one gets the RX 590, and the other machine gets this RX 570. CPU, we've got a Ryzen 2600X. Still a decent CPU, but I could do with an upgrade, so I'll think about that. For the RAM, it's got 2 Corsair 8 gig times 2 memory slots at 3200, I believe. For the motherboard, we've got I think it's a Gigabyte DS3S B550. So okay, motherboard prices are actually increasing at the moment. So for the price, I think still a decent buy. Storage wise, we've got a 128 gig WD Green. Actually, it's 120 gig for the OS, and then I'm not sure if you can see down there. There's another SSD, and that's 512 gigabyte for games, etc. For the PSU, we've got this Integrator Mod XT 758 80 plus bronze. So this is a semi-modular one, so hopefully the wiring at the back is nice and tidy. And then for the CPU cooler, we've got this Thermalright cooler. There's no RGB in this one. It's all just totally standard. But sometimes having a standard does look pretty clean. So I do like this. And it's got 2 fans at the front and 2 fans for the exhaust, one at the back and one at the top. So yeah, again, I think this is a decent buy, to be honest. And in the comments, just write down what you think I should do with these 2 builds and how much you would sell them for. I'm hoping I get a decent profit out of it. I mean, that is the game, flipping machines. You expect to make a profit. So yeah, that's the video. If you guys have any questions, write them down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.